Hello, my name is Jason Lazarus, founder of Synergy. With me is Teresa Kenyon, Synergy's Director of Lien Resolution Services. Teresa has incredibly deep expertise and knowledge in lien resolution, having been on the other side with Rawlings for almost a decade. She's a licensed attorney and devotes her time these days to leading our mission of protecting the net recovery from liens. Teresa, given all the things that are really complicated about lien resolution, why should trial lawyers work with an expert partner like Synergy when it comes to lien resolution? Specifically, the idea of outsourcing versus spending internal time and resources fighting these big recovery contractors. I think your view would be incredibly insightful for trial lawyers since you were their adversary for many years.
Right, for sure. Yeah, well, I mean, really the biggest reason to use Synergy is because it is what we do all day, every day. Like it is like my team comes in and every single day, what they are doing is resolving liens. Whereas in our client's law office, a paralegal or some legal assistant or even an associate attorney who might be negotiating liens is only doing that for a small fraction of their day. So as much knowledge as they might have in that space because they're interacting with Conduit or Optum or Rawlings or any other subrogation vendor once a day, my entire team is interacting 50, 60, 70, 100 times a day with those same vendors. So we just have the practice. It's funny when you talk about the practice of law, right? Like we are practicing lien resolution because this is just this, it's what they're doing. On top of that, we share our stories. So we have so many different ways to communicate internally. And with that, we share good and bad experiences that we're having with these various vendors. So we have the insider knowledge of having worked there. And then even the people that haven't worked there, because we're sharing these stories, they feel like they've worked there because they hear so much of the inside story on how things work. And why that's so important is because you can have the best argument. We have the best argument so often, but we know that the other side isn't going to be able to just fall down and accept our argument. They have to fight. They have to go through certain steps on their end in order to get it to that place where they can reduce the lien. And really, we know that their whole goal is to not reduce. So I think a lot of times our clients will get that first no, they'll try again, they'll maybe get a second no, and then they'll be like, well, I guess this isn't going to work out, or I don't have time for this, or I don't know what else to do. And then they end up just paying. And that is definitely not what Synergy does.
Well, also, for a law firm, taking paralegal time and lawyer time to fight with the likes of Rawlings, Lien, any of these recovery contractors versus actually having the time to work with the clients on maximizing case value to make sure that ultimately that time is being spent to move cases forward and also make the law firm more efficient and profitable is another really good reason to look at this outsourcing solution. And for personal injury law firms, if you want to save your firm time and money, consider partnering with Synergy by outsourcing lien resolution to the experts like Teresa and her team.